In Fallout 4, you can use this glitch to wear multiple armor pieces on the same body part. For example, wearing 2 chest armor pieces at the same time, giving you twice the amount of defense and multiple legendary effects. And in this video, I will show you how to do that. Hi, I'm Mo and I'm trapped in Fallout. Before heading straight into this glitch, I want to explain a couple of fundamental concepts, as this will pave the way towards explaining this glitch and getting a rather deeper understanding of it. First of all, it is in your interest to have some ranks in the armorer perk. The more ranks you have, the better the mods you will be able to access when modifying any of these armors. Secondly, there's actually a distinctive difference between armor. Specifically, you can get some armor pieces such as this, the marine armor, which is a DLC armor that has a modification on it. This does not have a legendary effect, it has a modification. Whereas if we looked at something like this, which is just a standard lucky raider chest piece, this happens to have a legendary effect applied on it. And let's take a look at the difference between the two specifically. So I'm going to grab the chest piece of this marine armor, and I'm going to grab this chest piece of the raider armor. If I now go into the armor workbench, notice on the right hand side, when I have the marine armor highlighted, I have a modification saying that it is a marine armor. And because this is not a legendary armor, I can scrap it. So you can only scrap armor pieces that are not legendary. If we now take a look at this armor piece here, which also has its own mods, but this has standard mods. It doesn't have anything special, it's just got a standard mod. This also has a legendary effect applied to it, i.e. 2 in luck. And if I try to scrap this, it doesn't work. You cannot scrap legendary armor pieces. So this is actually a pretty important thing to take note of, as this will make sense when we start to modify these armor pieces. Now, with that explanation out of the way, let's try to actually perform this glitch. Now we're going to do this in steps, again just so that you sort of understand what is happening. What you want to do is you need to have this marine armor. It doesn't really work well if you do it with any other armor pieces. You will get different results, but the most reliable result I found is you need to have this armor piece. So grab your chest armor piece from the marine, and now grab just a standard combat armor piece. Now if we look in our inventory, I have the marine chest piece and the combat armor chest piece. Now both of these are actually type or variants of combat armor. What you want to do is go to your armor workbench and name the armor that has the modification to something so that it appears on the top. So in this case, I'm just going to name it to 1. And now name the armor that you want to transfer to a name that would appear below this one. So in this case, 2. Now, before I do this, I want to explain exactly what's actually going to happen. When we use this glitch, what will happen is we will take this modification, the assault marine armor, and we will try and apply it to this combat armor. So notice the look of the armor itself. So this is what the assault marine armor looks like, and this is what the combat chest piece looks like. Now, before we do this glitch, let's exit and do a quick save. The reason why you want to quick save is you may accidentally actually end up scrapping your armor. Go back into your armor workbench, and what you want to do is press the scrap and modify button at exactly the same time. Now if you do it this way, this is where it has not worked. I've accidentally scrapped my marine armor and kept the combat armor. So if you are seeing this screen, that means it hasn't worked. What you want to do at this point is reload your quick save and try again. And so I'm going to try again. And if you're seeing this screen, then the glitch has worked. So right now what you're seeing is the scrap menu item for the assault marine armor. And notice in the background, the assault marine armor is currently highlighted. When you see this, press the scrap button. And now you should see the combat standard chest piece. At this point, make sure you press the right on your D-pad. And if you do it, you should now see options for the assault marine armor. So at this point, just go ahead and pick any of the other modifications. It really doesn't matter. So I am going to go with the zealot's marine armor. And if you do it right, you should now have, so if you back out, you should have the zealot marine's armor modification applied on the standard combat armor. So now what you want to do is just exit this process. Now this is how we know if the glitch has actually worked. Go into third person, open your Pip-Boy and navigate to your armor and wear the armor. exit your Pig Boy, and if you notice, that armor is actually not visible on you. You can't actually see the armor on your player avatar, but the effect of it has actually been applied. So how can we check this? Well, if you take off the armor and look at your defense, I currently have a defense of 75, and this armor has a defense of 35. If I apply it, then the defense of the armor has been applied. If I now pick another armor, say I will pick this lucky rated chest piece, and now if I go and wear that chest piece, so notice that armor has a defense of 16, it actually applies both armors. So again, if I take it off, notice that my defense will bump up by another 16 points. So now I am effectively wearing two armor pieces, one that has been glitched and the other one that's providing additional defense and some legendary effect, in which case it is increasing my luck by 2. If I exit, then I will now see the armor visibly applied to me. Now what we will do is repeat this same thing, but this time instead of combining two combat armors, we'll actually combine a combat armor with a legendary armor and then wear a second legendary armor on top. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab this marine chest armor piece, and this time I'm going to go straight into these armors. So a quick high level, this is a lucky rated chest piece, so when wearing it will increase my luck by 2. This is a sprinter's chest piece, so by wearing this will increase my movement speed by 10%, and this is a chameleon, which when wearing it will effectively activate the stealth mode around me. So I will take this lucky rated chest piece instead, and again I'm going to repeat the same thing. So I'm going to go into my armor workbench, and we've sort of been through this. We cannot take any modification from the lucky chest raid piece because you cannot scrap legendary armor, but you can scrap a marine chest armor because it doesn't have any legendary effects applied to it. So I'll rename this to 1 and I will rename this to 2. And then I will exit and do a quick save. And again, I'm going to try and repeat the process. And notice, again, I'm seeing the scrap window followed by the marine chest armor in the background. I'm going to scrap this and then press right on the D-pad. And now I'm going to apply any other modification. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go with the Zealot marine armor again. And then I'm just going to back out and I'm going to put that armor on. And again, if I go into third person, notice that it has not been applied. So you visibly can't see it. Now, here's the other cool thing. Let's just make sure this effect actually has been applied. So I'll remove this armor and I'll look at my luck. So my luck is currently set to 11. I will now wear the armor, go back to luck, and my luck has been bumped by 2. So this effect is definitely working. What I will do now is take this chameleon chest piece and I will now try wearing this as well. So notice my defense. If I take this off, my defense from 75, it goes up to 91, which is correct. 16 plus 75 is 91. And now if I apply this chameleon, which has a defense of 5, my defense should go up to 96, and it has. But more importantly, I am wearing 2 armor pieces with 2 different legendary effects applied at the same time. If I look at my stats, again, my luck has remained at 13. And if I go here and then I go into sneak mode, I have effectively activated the chameleon mode also. So this is how you can have multiple legendary effects applied to you at the same time, and you can do this for all pieces of your body. So you can have the same thing applied on both of your arms, you can have the same thing applied to both of your legs. Now there is another extension to this glitch. What you can do is grab another armor piece. So in this case I'm just going to go with the chest piece, and you can do this. Go back into your inventory and let's just remove everything for now. Equip the glitched out armor first, so you end up with a luck of 2. Again, let's just confirm, so that's gone up by 2. Now equip another legendary armor. So in this case, we're going to go with chameleon. And now equip a third armor piece on top. So let's just go with this chest piece instead. And notice that it has now selected these 2 legendary chest pieces, but our luck has gone down. What effectively has happened is we've tricked the game into thinking that no armor piece was applied when we applied this glitched one, and then we were able to apply a third one on top. If we now take a look at our appearance, it only shows you visibly the leather chest piece in this case. So let's just take off the chameleon, and we've got that leather chest piece, and now let's take off this. So they both do look very similar to each other, but usually you cannot do this. You cannot have one applied over the other like so. This does not work. But if you apply the glitched armor first, you can use this as a gateway to apply any other 2 armor pieces. So for example, that one and that one. So visibly, it only shows the last thing you applied, but more importantly, you are actually wearing 2 armor pieces. So just to prove, although it's going to be rather difficult, it's hard to see, but I am actually moving 10% faster at this point, and if I go into sneak mode, then it also affects my chameleon. So I have lost my luck, and that is because I'm not wearing the armor piece, but I have also gained 2 other legendary pieces. And again, you can repeat this process for each and every part of your body. So theoretically speaking, if you only wore a armor piece for each body part, you can have up to a maximum of 5 legendary effects applied. But by using this method, you can have up to 10 things applied on you. In this video, I showed you how to wear multiple armor pieces on the same body part, giving you multiple legendary effects and bumping your defense up twice the number of times. But did you know you can also duplicate these armor pieces using the duplication glitch in Fallout 4? Click on the video you see on the screen now, and I'll show you how you can duplicate almost anything, including armor pieces that you created in Fallout 4. Click on the video to find out more.